Joining us, I'm Jackson Rosinski. A body found in a burned out truck months ago is identified as 20-year-old Ethan Vernon. Tonight, his family is still looking for answers. 13 News reporter Delaney Wells attended a vigil to honor his life held on his birthday, and she shows us how he's being remembered.
Months after a young man was found dead in a burned out truck, family members are still trying to figure out what happened and, most importantly, why.
It was just days ago the Meigs County Sheriff's Department got positive identification confirming the man was 20-year-old Ethan Vernon. WSAZ's Andrew Colgrove had a chance to speak with his family today, hoping their call for help will lead to answers.
We have an unfortunate situation where a young man was found burned in his own truck. They're saying there's no suspects, but he was last seen with his girlfriend. I'm going to bring you all the information and maybe some things media's not telling you. Fugitive TV, stay tuned. Welcome to Fugitive TV. I am your host, Ray Marcel, where we take a look at cases and we take a look at them from a different perspective, because I was once a fugitive on the run from the law myself. Hey, I did it for 15 years. I lived in different countries under different names, and I ended up turning myself in. And now what I do is I help other people try and find individuals sometimes that don't want to be found, as in either some people who are missing or suspects of a crime who vanish. You don't know where they're at. So who's the best person to find them? Somebody like me who was on the run and knows how to hide and knows how to be on the run. And I also shed light on cases that I feel should be getting attention, and I give them a different point of view, sometimes that big media is not mentioning. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at a case of Ethan Vernon. Ethan Vernon, this case is out of Ohio, right? It's kind of by Albany, Ohio. I'm not too familiar with that area, so bear with me because I don't think I've ever been there. But Ethan was found burned in the back of a truck, okay? And we're going to get into some details. I'm going to read you some articles, and I'm also going to let you know exactly who he was last with, some of the details, and let you guys decide what do you think is going on, all right? Well, Ethan was found burned in a truck. Ethan was 20 years old at the time, okay, when this happened. Now, this happened last year. I believe it was the end of last year. And like I said, I'm going to read you guys the details on this.
On what would have been Ethan Vernon's 21st birthday, his family and friends gathering at the Pomeroy riverfront to pay tribute to his memory.
He is always joking and making people laugh.
The Meigs County High graduate was working as a mechanic and loved the outdoors.
He's a great kid. He really didn't get in trouble. He did anything for everybody.
His mother, Glenna, desperate for answers nearly 3 months after a death that has yet to be explained.
Just makes no sense.
Ethan was living with his parents in Salem Center. His mother says he went to someone's home December 11th, but never came home.
It wasn't like him. He always comes home.
She says the next morning they called hospitals and police, but nobody knew where he was. They went out driving, looking for him, then started seeing a Facebook post circulating about a truck being found burnt.
Far as we know, okay, I do know it took the police a long time to, I guess, quote, identify the body and let his family know that, hey, this is Ethan. It took them a long time to let them know that. Some of the details of this, I realize some of the news is not saying this. This is other reports. I reached out to a couple people who are close to the situation. This is what they told me. Well, he was found burned in the back of his own truck, okay? He was in the back, I guess the back seat. And in the front seat was a weapon, a gun. Now, in the YouTube world, we have to be careful with certain words, so that way YouTube will push out this video, okay? So just in case if you're wondering. Just like with the M word, M-U-R-D-E-R, I have to say unaliving, or they can flag the video, or they will not push the video out. Now, he was found in the back of his truck. The truck was burned. There was a weapon found in the front, which we're going to get into the weapon. So, people are wondering, why is he in the back of the truck? The weapon's in the front of the truck. Now, let's say he decided to do this to himself, right? If a person decides to do this to themselves with a weapon, 99% of the time, 100% of the time, they are found with the weapon either in their hand still or the weapon, right by them. Not that, the body's over here and then the weapon, was over here. That doesn't make sense for the weapon to be in the front of the truck and then him to be in the back. And not only that, the truck was on fire. It was burnt. So what? He would have set it on fire and then got inside the truck and decide. You get what I'm saying? That really doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Me looking at the situation, I would look at it like this looked like this was planned. This looked like it was planned. This looked like somebody did this. Let me read to you an article real quick, okay? And this article right here is from, see here, this article's from WSAZ, okay? It says, a community came together Tuesday, lighting candles. Now, this was on March 3rd. A community came together on Tuesday, lighting candles with a vigil to remember Ethan Vernon, a young man from, I believe it's pronounced Meigs County, M-E-I-G-S, Meigs or Meigs, I'm not sure. Let me know below how you pronounce this. Meigs County, gone too soon. Ethan's mother, Glenna Vernon, said the vigil was bittersweet. It hurts to see us be here for the. It hurts to see us be here for this reason, but I'm very grateful that so many people cared about him and has reached out and helped. I can never repay them for everything they're doing, she said. Deputies found Ethan's truck badly burned with a body inside. That was on December 12th. At the time, family and friends were left wondering if it was truly him. It's hard. We have two other kids. It's hard on all of us. I mean, they missed their brother. I miss my son, Glenna Vernon said. More than 2 months later, investigators gave family some closure, finally taking time to remember Ethan Vernon. So it took them 2 months. This happened on December 12th when they found him. So it took them 2 months, for them to tell the family that this is him. Zach King, one of Ethan's friends, said, I don't think that there was a single time we was together and we wasn't all laughing back and forth to each other. Yeah, it was a very good time with him. Glenna Vernon said, he always laughed. He tried to make everyone else laugh. If they were sad, he would try to make them laugh. Tuesday would have been Ethan's 21st birthday. Oh, so he would have turned 21, making it an even more difficult but special time. Now, as you notice, they don't give you a lot of details, right? There's not a lot of details in this article. They just say he was burnt, he was found burned badly in a truck. They don't say who he was with. They really don't give you a lot of information when it comes to this, all right? Now, I'm going to read you. This article is from, and you guys can go follow her, Abby Blabby True Crime on Facebook. She put, an Ohio man was found dead in the back of a burnt truck. Family seeking answers. Nearly 3 months after a young Ohio man was discovered dead inside of a burned truck, his family says they are still searching for answers about what happened. Family and friends gathered along the riverfront in Pomeroy, Ohio, to light candles and remember Ethan Vernon on what would have been his 21st birthday. The Meigs High School graduate who worked as a mechanic and loved the outdoors is remembered by his family as someone who always made people laugh. Right here, she's already got a little more details than the news does, all right? He was always joking, making people laugh. His mother, Glenna Vernon, said he was a great kid, didn't get in trouble, and tried to help everyone he could. On December 11th, Ethan had gone to work. Now, as we're getting more details here, on December 11th, Ethan had gone to work, then visited his girlfriend. Now, we're going to get into the girlfriend. I'm going to let you know about all this. He visited his girlfriend's house after he left work on December 11th. Then he was never seen again. It wasn't like him, Glenna said. He always comes home. The following morning, his mother began calling hospitals and police after realizing something was wrong. While searching for him, the family came across a Facebook post about a truck found burned and still smoldering. We knew, but we didn't want to believe it. Authorities later confirmed the burned truck belonged to Ethan. His body was discovered inside the vehicle in the Hemlock Grove area, which I'm going to show you on a map too about that. Due to the condition of the remains, officials said DNA testing was required to confirm the identity, which was finally verified this past Friday. According to Meigs County Chief Deputy Frank Stewart, Ethan's body was found in the back seat of the truck, while a weapon was located in the front seat. As you see, she's telling you the details. When I read from the main news media, they really didn't say much, all right? However, the body was too severely burned for investigations to determine an exact cause of death. Stewart said the case is being investigated as suspicious, but there is currently no evidence confirming homicide. Investigators have served nearly 50 warrants to gather information from cell phones, online accounts, and are still waiting on some results. Authorities have also gone door to door in the area and requested security camera footage from nearby residents. We're hoping to get the family answers, Stewart said. Our hearts are broken for them. We've put a lot into this case. Ethan's family believes there may have been foul play involved in his death. They say the location where the truck was discovered is not somewhere Ethan was known to visit. It's been awful, Ethan's cousin, Lindsay. Everybody is just so angry because this is not okay. The family is now offering a $10,000 reward, okay? $10,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest. All right. I was told by a source that while Ethan was his girlfriend's house that day, his phone was shut off. It was the last place his phone pinged. Okay. So while he was at the house, his phone pinged. Now we're going to get into the details of all this. So Ethan left his job, or where he worked at, then went to go visit his girlfriend. His girlfriend's name is Sarah. All right. Sarah, I believe, is around 24 years old, I believe. So Sarah's 24 years old. He went to go visit Sarah, and that was the last time he was seen. Now, while he was at Sarah's house, reports are saying his phone was turned off. That was the last time his phone was pinged. Now, surveillance footage shows the truck, okay, leaving the area of Sarah's house. But here's the mysterious part. It shows a car right behind it. Now that could mean nothing. But then again, it shows his truck, but then it shows a car following close behind the truck. The next thing you know, the truck is in an area called Hemlock Grove, okay, which is not far from Sarah's house at all. I believe it's 15 minutes here. I put up a map of how far the distance is between both locations, all right? So 15 minutes. That truck was seen going there with the car behind it. They find him inside the truck. The truck is smoldering, is burnt. They can't identify him, but then there's a weapon on front, in the front of the truck, okay? Almost to make it look like he did it himself. Or made it look like to try and get rid of evidence. Because some people know to get rid of certain evidence, the best way is to burn it, okay? That's why you have a lot of cases of people trying to, after they do something with the body, after they unalive them, remember, we can't say the M word here, after they unalive them, they try and, let's say, burn down the house, all right? I have a business where we do crime scene cleanup, all right? I have a business we do crime scene cleanup. And one of the first houses we ever did crime scene cleanup, it was a case that happened not too far from where I live at, to where it was the boyfriend, he flipped out. I don't know what happened. He took out the kids and his girlfriend. Now, one kid survived, but he tried to burn the house down. Okay, to hide evidence, tried to burn the house down. And everything in the house was charred and things like that. And from doing this channel, I do come across there's another case. All right, I did, I think it was the end of last year, if I remember correctly, a mother and her daughter. All right, it was the boyfriend. The boyfriend did it. Okay, when I was reporting the case, I came across that she had a live-in boyfriend, and he vanished. Obviously, he's a suspect. Come to find out, he's in jail right now for what happened. But he took his weapon and used it on the mother and the daughter. And the daughter, I believe, was under 10 years old, if I remember correctly. Both of them passed away at the hospital, but he set the house on fire when he left. He tried to get rid of the evidence. So a lot of people, when they do things like this, they try and burn down the car. They try and burn. Kata Scott's another one. If you guys been following me since Kata Scott was a young beauty pageant out of Philadelphia, Ohio. The vehicle that they believed that she was probably unalived in, that vehicle was found burned. So I'm not shocked that this vehicle was burned. It almost sounds like, now this is just speculation, this is allegations. It almost sounds like that he was already unalived. That's what it sounds like. He was already unalived, thrown in a truck, and they took him out there to that area, set it on fire. Now, the weapon's going to be a key piece in this. The reason why is they have serial numbers. Now, if the serial number was scratched off, it's going to be a hard time trying to find out who the weapon belonged to. If Ethan owned a weapon, if it was his, it's going to be a hard time to tell if this weapon was used. I don't know if he owned the weapon or not. They're not even saying what type of weapon. If it's, a semi-automatic, automatic, rifle, they're not saying that either. But it almost looks like it was planted. Now, I'm not going to say planted by who. You guys can decide down below. But it almost looked like all this was planted. As into, let's get rid of this evidence and then, get out of here. Meaning, it would have took more than one person to do this. You would think, unless Ethan was alive driving that car and he was followed behind, driving the truck and he was followed behind in the car. So both scenarios can work out. Sarah, the girlfriend, has went on social media, took her last name off everything. The family took their last name off everything. They're not talking to nobody. You can't add them as friends. Everything is private now. From Instagram to Facebook, everything is. Now, does that mean that there's something that is hidden, that she has to hide something? That's how a lot of people will look at it. But then the other flip side of the coin is, I'm innocent. I don't want people to bug me because I'm getting harassed. And I have a lawyer telling me not to say nothing. I've told you guys in the past, in my other videos, if you follow me, a lot of times, even if you're innocent, still get a lawyer. Because I've come across so many people who end up getting accused for something they didn't do because they were talking too much and put themselves in the situation when they shouldn't have done that, or they should have got a lawyer to speak for them. So it could go both ways, as there's something to hide, I don't want to talk, or I don't want to talk because I'm innocent and I don't want to get blamed for it. So it can go both ways. But here's the thing. I highly doubt he put himself in the back seat and burned down the truck with himself in it. I'm interested to know exactly how he passed. Was it a GSW? Was it alcohol? Was it drugs? Was it anything? I'm curious to know how exactly did he pass away. That's one thing I don't seem to find. Now, I told you I reached out to some people that are close to the situation. One person did get back to me. I won't tell you guys who they are. I promised I would keep their name anonymous. They said that, and these are allegations, okay? They said that Sarah's ex-boyfriend, allegedly he broke up with her, or they broke up, and she was claiming to unalive herself and things like that, of that nature. And not only that, some people used to work with her, and they said even when they worked with her, she didn't seem like she was all the way there. Sometimes she would make threats. Now, like I said, these are just allegations. These are just speculations of what people have told me. So I don't know if this to be true. That I don't know. So, if anybody has anything else they want to say, they can reach out to me anytime. And if you want to stay anonymous, hey, I'll keep you anonymous. But when I report these crimes, I report what everybody has to tell me. All right. If it seems way far-fetched, then I'm not reporting it. Okay. But if it seems like, hey, then I will report it. So like I said, people were saying allegedly that people kind of saw that she might have had some sort of mental illness. Now I say, I don't know. I really don't know. This is allegedly what people are saying. Okay. Now, one person did tell me as well that that area that the truck was found in was an area known for narcotic transactions, that people will go to that area for narcotic transactions and things of that nature. So I don't know if any of that has anything to do with it. I don't know if that's the reason or the why they chose to bring the truck there, as in whoever did this, if they knew that area was known for that, okay, let's bring the truck here to that area because, it's kind of a area nobody kind of, I guess, knows about, because the family said he was a good kid and he frequently didn't, go to that area. Now, I'm not saying that kids that are not going to do things behind their parents' back or family's back happens all the time. But if you don't know of a situation like that, then yeah, you wouldn't be found in that area, right? So that means that whoever did this, if this is true, what this person told me, that is known for that, then they know. But how would they know? Were they going to that area to make transactions, buying or selling? I don't know. Maybe something to look into. And the truck was set on fire. So that also means that somebody already had fuel on hand. And if they didn't, they would have had to go to the gas station, okay, and buy fuel. So if I was law enforcement, I would be going around the gas stations looking to see who bought fuel that day. Unless somebody already had fuel on hand. Now, why would somebody have fuel on hand like that? People who have lawn maintenance tools, and they do a lot of lawn maintenance, people who have farming equipment, things of that nature. I would look into that if that was me. So if I was in the area and it happened that quick, it might have been somebody who already had fuel on hand. But you guys let me know. What do you think about the situation? Who do you think is the blame? Do you think he did this to himself? I'm covering a lot of stories lately. A lot of stories where these young men end up in these unfortunate situations to where their life is being taken. And it seems like some female's been involved, but the female is not getting in trouble for it. Or, I don't know, Sean Six is one of them out of Oklahoma. He's one of them. All right. The young kid, they just found his body in Barcelona, Spain. Was last seen walking out of the club with the female. All right. And it looks like they're going to say he accidentally drowned. So I don't know exactly what's going on. I can't tell you. But only thing I can say is don't stay shut. Keep these stories, in the public eye, and don't give up. And for everybody that's watching, I want to say thank you so much. We are at 22,000 subscribers. We're about to hit 25K soon. So please like and subscribe. And we've done all this just in 9 months. It's almost going on 10 months. This is insane. I am one of the fastest growing YouTube channels in the true crime topic or area. And I think because I'm so real with you guys and I don't hide anything, all right? I tell it how it is and I like to be fair. And I'm going to stay that way. So please like and subscribe, comment below. If you know about this case, you can even send me a message if you want to have some input, anything, the family, go right on ahead. I help other individuals out when it comes to things like this. Fugitive TV, I have the membership. Please join the membership if you want to stay updated on cases, because a lot of cases when they go to court, that's for the members only. And when I do my lives, because I do lives, when if you don't catch the live, I will keep the live up, but it's for members only as well. All right. So this is Fugitive TV. Please like, subscribe. continue to look out at your surroundings. Look out for your surroundings, all right? Love one another, care for one another. Until next time, I'm out.